There is a moment, and if you've experienced it, you already know exactly what I'm describing, where someone does something genuinely terrible to you, something that costs you time, money, dignity, peace of mind, or all four at once, and you thank them for it, not sarcastically, not with a knife hidden behind your smile, genuinely, with warmth in your voice and relief flooding your chest in a strange, deep feeling that whispers, I am so lucky to have this person in my life. You might even tell your friends about it later, about how generous this person was, how they really came through for you, how you don't know what you'd do without them. And your friends will nod. Maybe they'll say, wow, that sounds like a really good person. And no one in the room, not you, not your friends, not anyone listening, will realize that you just described in perfect detail the most elegant form of psychological manipulation ever documented. This is the thank you trap. And before I explain exactly how it works, I need you to understand something. This technique is not theoretical. It is not some obscure concept buried in a psychology textbook that nobody reads. It has been identified and studied in hostage negotiations, where hostages physically shield their captors from police. It has been documented in cult recruitment, where new members empty their bank accounts and thank the cult leader for the privilege. It has been observed in corporate deal-making, in romantic relationships, in family dynamics, and in friendships that last decades before the victim ever realizes what happened. One specific cognitive bias, one single glitch in the human operating system, makes 94% of people vulnerable to this technique in laboratory conditions. 94%. That means in a room of 100 people, only X would catch it happening. The other 94 would thank the person doing it to them, and here's where it gets truly dark. If you are watching this and thinking, well, I would be one of the 6, that thought itself is the first sign that you wouldn't be, because the thank you trap doesn't work on people who are suspicious. It doesn't work on people who are guarded or cynical or cold. It works best on good people, people who believe in fairness, people who value generosity, people whose instinct when someone does something kind is to feel genuine gratitude. The trap exploits the best parts of your personality and turns them into chains. Let me show you exactly how. Stage 1, the manufactured problem. Every thank you trap begins the same way. Something goes wrong in your life. A problem appears. Stress, pressure, uncertainty. The kind of moment where you feel slightly off balance, slightly vulnerable, slightly more open to help than you would normally be. Here's what most people never consider. What if the problem didn't just happen? What if someone created it? Not obviously, not in a way you could trace back to them. But quietly, subtly, a word dropped in the right ear, a piece of information withheld at the right moment, a small action or a small inaction that tilts your world just enough to make you stumble. You don't see it, you can't see it, because the problem looks completely natural. It looks like life being life. Bad luck, bad timing, the kind of thing that just happens. But it didn't just happen, it was engineered. And the person who engineered it is about to walk through your door with the solution. Stage 2, the rescue. This is the part that makes the thank you trap virtually invisible. The same person who created your problem now arrives with the solution. Not immediately, that would be suspicious. They wait. They let you struggle just enough. They let the stress build just enough. They let you reach the point where you've started to feel genuinely worried or overwhelmed or desperate, and then they appear. With help, with an answer, with exactly the thing you need at exactly the moment you need it most. And because you never saw stage 1, because the manufactured problem looked completely natural, all you see is stage 2. All you see is someone showing up in your moment of need and saving you. What do you feel? Gratitude. Enormous, genuine, heartfelt gratitude. The kind that changes how you see a person. The kind that creates loyalty. The kind that makes you think, this person really cares about me. This person showed up when nobody else did. This person is someone I can trust. And now you are exactly where the manipulator wants you. Not afraid of them, not suspicious of them, not even neutral toward them. Grateful to them, bonded to them through the most powerful positive emotion the human brain can generate. Stage 3, The debt. Here is where the cognitive bias enters. It's called the reciprocity principle, and it is not a suggestion or a tendency. It is one of the most powerful and universal forces in human social behavior. Robert Cialdini identified it decades ago, and every study since has confirmed the same terrifying finding. When someone does something for you, your brain does not simply note it and move on. Your brain creates a debt, an actual felt obligation that produces genuine psychological discomfort until it is repaid. This is not weakness. This is not gullibility. This is the operating system that allowed human beings to build civilizations. The ability to feel and honor social debts is literally the foundation of cooperative society. But the thank you trap weaponizes it, because the debt you feel isn't based on a real favor. It's based on a rescue from a manufactured problem. The manipulator created the crisis, solved the crisis, and is now collecting the emotional reward for both. And here's the part that should genuinely disturb you. The debt doesn't feel manufactured. It feels completely real. Your brain cannot distinguish between gratitude for a genuine favor and gratitude for a fabricated rescue. The neurochemistry is identical. The oxytocin release is identical. The bonding is identical. You don't feel manipulated. You feel loved. Stage 4, the collection. Now, the manipulator has something more valuable than money, more valuable than power, more valuable than any external resource. They have your voluntary loyalty, and they begin to collect, slowly, gradually, never in a way that looks like collection. A favor here, a compromise there, a boundary that gets moved so gently you don't notice it shifting, a request that's slightly larger than the last one but still feels reasonable because, after all, look at what this person did for you. Each time you give something, the original debt shrinks slightly. But here's the diabolical part. The manipulator manufactures another problem and rescues you from it again. And the debt resets larger than before. Because now it's not just one rescue. It's a pattern of rescues, a history, a relationship narrative that says, this person has been there for me again and again and again. The cycle has no natural endpoint. Each rescue creates a new debt. Each debt justifies new collection. Each collection is tolerated because the debt feels real and the gratitude feels genuine and questioning. Any of it feels like betrayal of someone who has been nothing but good to you. This is why victims of the thank you trap don't just fail to recognize the manipulation. They actively defend the manipulator. If a friend tries to warn them, they push back. If evidence appears, they explain it away. If the manipulator is criticized, they rush to protect them. Because in their framework, this person saved them multiple times. Questioning that would mean questioning their own judgment, their own feelings, their own ability to know who cares about them and who doesn't. And that is a psychological cost that most people are not willing to pay. The twist you didn't see coming? Everything I've described so far, the manufactured problem, the rescue, the debt, the collection, you probably imagine someone doing this intentionally, calculatingly, a villain rubbing their hands together in a dark room. Some people do it that way, but here is the part that changes everything. Most people who use the thank you trap have no idea they're doing it. Read that again. The majority of people who deploy this technique in relationships, in families, in workplaces, in friendships, are not conscious manipulators. They are people who learned, often in childhood, that creating problems and solving them is how you make people need you. It's how you become important. It's how you guarantee that you won't be abandoned. They don't experience themselves as manipulators. They experience themselves as helpers, as fixers, as the person who always shows up. And they genuinely feel hurt and confused when someone finally sees the pattern and pushes back. This is what makes the thank you trap so deeply human and so deeply tragic. It's not just a weapon used by bad people against good people. It's a pattern that can exist between two people who genuinely care about each other, where one has learned that manufacturing dependency is the only way to feel secure, and the other has learned that feeling grateful is the only way to feel connected. Two broken patterns, perfectly interlocked, both people suffering, neither person seeing clearly. How to know if you're in one? There is one question. One single diagnostic question that can cut through the entire structure of the thank you trap like a blade. Here it is. Does this person's help consistently follow problems that somehow connect back to them? Not problems they directly caused. The trap is never that obvious. But problems that exist in their orbit, problems that they knew about before you did, problems that they were uniquely positioned to solve, problems that seem to appear specifically in the areas of your life where this person has access or influence or information. One instance is coincidence. Two instances is a pattern worth watching. Three instances is a structure, and structures don't build themselves. How to protect yourself? I'm going to give you 3 specific defenses. They are simple, they are not easy. First, delay your gratitude. When someone rescues you from a problem, do not let yourself feel the full emotional response immediately. Give yourself 48 hours. Gratitude that is based on genuine care will still be there in 2 days. Gratitude that was manufactured by a trap will begin to feel slightly wrong, slightly too convenient, once the immediate relief fades. Second, track the pattern, not the moment. A single rescue tells you nothing. But if you write down every time this person helped you, and then write down what problem preceded each rescue, and then ask yourself honestly how each problem started, the pattern will become visible. Not immediately, but it will emerge. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Third, descend, and this is the hardest one, test the relationship with independence. The thank you trap requires you to need the other person. So stop needing them. Solve a problem on your own. Handle a crisis without calling them. Watch their reaction. A person who genuinely cares about you will be happy that you handled it. A person running a thank you trap will be visibly uncomfortable, agitated, or will subtly create a new problem that pulls you back into needing them. Their reaction to your independence will tell you everything their words never will. Here is what stays with me about the thank you trap. It is not the technique itself, although the technique is devastating. It is not the cognitive bias, although the reciprocity principle is terrifyingly reliable. What stays with me is this. The thank you trap works because gratitude is beautiful. Because wanting to appreciate someone who helps you is one of the most fundamentally good impulses a human being can have. Because the instinct to trust the people who show up in your worst moments is not a flaw. It is the very thing that makes deep human connection possible. The trap doesn't exploit your weakness, it exploits your goodness. And the reason that should bother you, the reason that should keep you thinking about this long after this video ends, is that the solution is not to stop being grateful. It is not to become suspicious of everyone who helps you. It is not to build walls and live behind them. The solution is to be good and aware at the same time. To feel gratitude fully while maintaining the clarity to ask whether that gratitude was earned or engineered. That combination, the open heart and open eyes, is one of the most difficult psychological states a human being can maintain. But it is also the only one that keeps you free. And if there is one thing the thank you trap teaches us about the dark side of human psychology, it is that the people most worth protecting in this world are not the ones who never get fooled. They are the ones who stay kind after learning how the trick works.